Hey, what's going on, guys? D17 here, bringing you some more tips to survive out there on the battlefield of Hardline. As I said, this game is very fast-paced, and it is a very difficult game to survive on since you die so quickly. But the things I want to bring up for this episode will be being aware of your surroundings and accuracy. Two of probably the best things that can save your life. For example, these guys were simply trying to run around back, and that guy felt my bullets hit him, but he didn't have the accuracy to kill me and couldn't stop me from going on this rampage on his deaf teammates. I mean, yes, they have to be deaf. How can they not hear all of this knifing, all of this screaming, and that suppressor going off and seeing teammates drop? I don't know where they thought I was, but that guy hiding in the bush was the only one that could stop me right there. And notice how I see this trip mine laser. I can't tell where it is, but I know it's shining down from the ceiling. So I'm just not even going to mess with it. I'm just going to try to avoid it and go around instead of blowing up on it. And decide to give the recon that planted it a little surprise from the gold boot. And then his teammate tried to get me, and I got him with the fallen and one. Just gotta be aware of that, guys. If you're gonna put trip mines down and just stay prone like that, giving up your back, make sure they're in spots that you can rely on. Let's jump to this big portion: accuracy. The one thing that could definitely save you on Hardline, I believe a big contributor to mine is my sensitivity. I'm able to register things a heck of a lot quicker, so I need fast sensitivity to go with it, just pretty much out as fast as I need to be. Feel as though I need to be able to react. I'm not saying people who play on high sensitivities are crazy good at the game, but play on a sensitivity that's comfortable for you, can give you enough reaction time without giving you a headache or anything like that. And playing with a sniper, you need to be accurate. Most of the people that use DMRs on this game are not fairly accurate and will miss probably their first 5 to 6 shots, or maybe even a half a clip before they finally start hitting people. I find it's best to at least hit your first shot before you start double tapping that trigger. At this point, I'm being overran, so I'm kind of panic shotting everybody, but I'm still taking the time to line up the shot on them before I start spraying and praying. And this guy managed to get a good rush on me using the right side of my blind side as cover. Otherwise, I could have pulled out the MAC-10 and stopped it. Now notice how I'm just up here shooting off on the map at some guy off in the distance I can't even hit. I attracted a lot of attention over here that were just looking at their mini-map, and I'm able to sneak in behind them and destroy them because I have a suppressor. And that's another big tip I want to give out to you. If you're ever having a hard time in the game where you're not using the suppressor and you feel as though people are just jumping you out of nowhere and they always know your position because you don't have on a suppressor, you have on a heavy barrel, muzzle breaker, whatever, try out using the suppressor and see how it goes for you, because most people on this game will just stare at their map constantly and just not even be able to figure it out. Now the only reason this guy managed to notice I was in the house because I'm guessing he heard a bunch of his teammates dying, but I still managed to trade with him using my scout knife. I want to talk about this because I'm coming up on an enemy position, a lot of enemies there all over the place. Notice how I take most of these corners slowly, not all of them because I'm running and gunning, but I'm keeping an eye on my mini-map and my placement, taking these corners super slow so I can get the drop on them, minimize the amount of my body that I'm exposing to them to be able to shoot. Don't always run around every single corner, especially when you know there's an enemy there. You never know who or what might be around that corner. A trip mine may be there that you could have easily avoided if you just walked. There could be a guy prone that you could have taken out quickly or thrown a grenade on. It made him run out of cover and had a better shot. But you just never know. Sometimes it's worth it to take it slow. And get a gun that you feel comfortable with on the game. Learn its stats. Learn what ranges it's best at and what ranges it's really not that great. And just how many shots it's going to take to kill and where you aim at on the body. Take notice of that stuff. Don't be like one of these guys who clearly know nothing, complaining about the K-10 not being downgraded because they're 15 feet away. Please realize that the K-10 shoots 1,200 rounds a minute, which is pretty much faster than I think any gun in this game. The MAC-10 is like 100 or 200 rounds per minute lower than it. There aren't a lot of guns in the game that can compete with that gun's fire rate, and it will beat you off of that just alone, even with that patch, and you're standing that close to him. Now catch him at about 20 meters out Especially on a map like this, you will not see anybody running around with a K-10. Catch them on a map like Bank Job, they may stay inside of the bank in the area that I'm in right now. And notice how I saw a little flash over here, and I could have shrugged that off, but I decided to check it out anyway. And that's the best thing to do, is you never shrug something off on this game. If you thought you saw it, investigate it, even if it's going to take up a second of your time, because you may regret it whenever you end up getting shot in the back and saying, oh, well, I should have checked that spot. I knew I thought I saw something there. Just like this guy, I caught out the peripheral of my vision trying to come up and arrest me. No, sir, I am not going to butt pound in jail. You have a good day. That's just one thing you need to always be aware of, is your peripheral vision and things that you believe caught your eye, but you aren't sure of. You can never go wrong with investigating. It's better to investigate and there's nothing be there than to get a few rounds in your back. And right here are some of the best accuracy moments that I believe I've had yet. The ACWR, one of my best carbine rifles, is one of the top guns I feel the most comfortable with, and I feel as though I can use in pretty much any situation on any of the maps, because I've never really put myself in situations where I'm going to feel uncomfortable using my gun. I like to try and always stick to areas that I know I'll perform well in. Since it's a carbine, knowing that they perform well in close and medium range, I try to stay inside of the bank or over near the parking garage, maybe get on top of the roof. You don't see me over where the Charlie position is too much. But I'm going to show you one of my greatest moments. Well, one of the greatest turn-on moments I've had on this game by far. It's a great call-out from King Chunks. Plus, I noticed the guy on the mini-map at the same exact time he was giving the call-out. It just worked out so perfect. Anyway, I hope you guys actually learned something from this video to help better yourself at Battlefield. And I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully.